Hi, this is Georgia Mackenzie, voice of Monica. Surprised to hear from me? Well, I just wanted to let you know about another new thing we've got going on over here at Team Ostium, the Ostium Store. That's right, you can now get your very own piece of Ostium merchandise. Stickers, t-shirts, cell phone and iPad covers, even pillows, and so much more. So why don't you mosey on over to the ostiumpodcast.com and follow the links to the store.
Welcome to the Ostium off-season. We've got a lot planned between now and the start of Season 2, so get comfortable and prepare yourself for lots of new Ostium in the form of mini-episodes, outtakes, and an in-depth look at the music of Ostium, and short interviews with members of Team Ostium. Ostium takes a lot of work from Team Ostium, who all have busy full-time jobs. You can support Ostium in two ways, either by becoming an Ostium patron at patreon.com/ostiumpodcast for as little as $2 a month, where you'll get access to brand new mini-episodes every 2 weeks, like the one you're about to listen to, or by making a one-time donation in the amount of your choice by clicking on the donate button on the Ostium website at ostiumpodcast.com. Thank you for your support. And if you haven't already, please give Ostium a review on iTunes, as this helps people find the podcast and learn why people like you and I enjoy traveling to this very special place called Ostium. Okay, enough small talk. Let's get this mini-episode started. And now here's Musings on the Map Table. It seems so harmless, so defenseless. A dear young fawn in the grass, quietly feeding, focused on its work, not a care in the world, minding its own business, as if it isn't a pivotal component, a titanium cog in the vast machinations of something great and powerful and unstoppable, and at times, frankly, terrifying. Yeah, I'm talking about the map table, in case you hadn't guessed. It's seemingly small and innocent, but really it's the fucking Iron Throne from Game of Thrones. Watch where you plant your ass, or your finger, in this case. It's the morning. Real early morning, in fact. Couldn't really sleep, and I don't know why. I guess I'm getting too excited about everything Ostium. So I was up before Monica, which has got to be a first for the record books. I wanted to take a shower, but it would mean opening the door and going into the room where she's sleeping. I didn't want to risk waking her. Yeah, right. She'd probably be up and coming at me with a chokehold maneuver before I had the door halfway open. So I boiled some water and made myself some instant coffee. Nescafe. Tastes like shit. But it does have some caffeine value, so I'll drink it. Whenever Monica's up, I'm always drinking tea with her, and I don't mind tea, but sometimes I like me a cup of strong coffee. When that's not an option, I go with Nescafe. Breakfast of champions. And for the last 20 minutes, I've been sitting on the ground, leaning against the wall, my legs drawn up, resting my mug on my knee. When the warm patch starts to burn, I switch to the other knee. And I've been staring at the thing, trying to bore my eyes into it, trying to understand it, trying to comprehend it, trying to fathom its wants and desires. It's basically just a wooden table with an elaborately carved map upon it. A mind-bogglingly, fascinatingly, elaborately carved map, albeit one with immense power. At face value, it seems little more than a wooden work of art, an arboreal masterpiece. Though, I think that expression is more about trees than wood, but you get the picture. That is until you have something, an item, a relic from another moment in time. Now, as you know, I'm not talking about an old pair of socks, or your mom's heirloom necklace, or that Paul McCartney Rickenbacker bass that you keep sealed in a deep vault. No, I'm talking about a piece of impossibility, something that shouldn't exist, unless you happen to live in a town where there are doors that lead to other aforementioned moments in time. And somehow, you can bring these little things back, these trinkets. Do they have to be small? I have no clue. I don't think I want to try bringing back a chair, 16th century canon, the Ark of the Covenant. Not worth the risk. Got a good thing going here. Why spoil it? But the scientist in me, okay, my scientifically leaning mind is wondering exactly how the hell it all works from a rational laws of physics perspective. Yes, I know, you're saying, Jake, clearly the laws of physics don't apply here, but I'm ignoring that for the time being. Trying to approach this from an open-minded perspective that might make it possible to be able to squeeze out a logical answer or two. When you place a relic on the map table, on the correct number in the sequence, the light show begins. You get the light shining up and blinding the onlookers. The light encapsulates the object and it magically disappears, replacing the black number with a golden one. So there's got to be some sort of sleight of hand trick going on here. A magic trick in the works, right? The panel below moves to the side and down the trinket goes. Maybe there's a glass container below to collect the item. But then, how did that bulky data pad from the future that was way bigger than the number get sucked into the map table? Thanks for that, left field brain. Didn't really need that to upset my train of thought. The boat was going along okay for the moment, and then you had to go and bring along some major waves and upset things. Maybe the hole isn't the size of the number. Maybe it's bigger. Had to be for the data pad. But maybe it's not always the same sized hole. It can go up or down in diameter depending on the size of the trinket. Maybe there's an elaborate mechanism underneath, like those awesome old clocks from the 19th century, or think cool steampunk mechanical stuff with gears and whatnot. I'm sure something could be rigged to work like that. It worked enough times in Indiana Jones, right? So once the item gets pulled into the map table, all the golden numbers are there, ready to be put in place. No biggie. Okay, what happens to the trinket after that? So far, nothing has really happened after that, other than unlocking the next door in the sequence for us. So does it just drop down into the hollow shaft at the table support? Is there a hole beneath it, and it just drops down there and joins the many other trinkets? Maybe it's like on Lost. There's an elaborate pneumatic tube system throughout, and more importantly, beneath Ostium that can send items wherever they're needed to go. Of course, on Lost, those special reports just got shot out of a tube into a big pile of pointlessness that nobody cared about. Or maybe they lead to some guy who collects them, as he or she watches through the hundreds and hundreds of hidden cameras throughout Ostium, watching our every move and breath until... what? They jump out and yell, "Hey, you're on candid camera." Now let's keep the pneumatic tube idea and go a different way. Maybe each number leads the trinket to a specific place. The door from whence it came, the pneumatic tube for door 2 is connected with the building for Roanoke, door 3 to the Mary Celeste, door 4 to Mars. So once the number turns gold, that trinket goes on its merry way to the correct building of its origin, perhaps entering through a special pipe through the dimensional portal and back to that time. Does it end up back in the same place it was taken from? Doubtful. Would require a further system of pneumatic tubes in each of these worlds leading those trinkets back to their original locations, and that's just a little too much, I think. Either that or perhaps just some outright magic. But I haven't actually seen any of that physically yet to fully convince me. And now my coffee's all gone and I can hear Monica boiling water for tea, which means it's the start of our day and time to venture through another door. Until later, map table, you conundrum wrapped in a mysterious enigma. This episode was written and produced by Alex C. Tillander. It was performed by Chris Fletcher. Any background music featured in this episode was courtesy of the Free Music Archive. Thanks for listening. See you in 2 weeks.